So I just got back from the theater seeing Avengers Endgame, and I have a lot to say, but this video is going to contain no spoilers. So don't worry, just stick around and hear my thoughts about Avengers Endgame. What's up YouTube? My name is Ryan Ramakrishnan. If you're new around here, welcome to the channel. Here I like to talk about gaming, movies, and TV shows. I like to do some lists and discussions. I hope to do some reviews as well, but this is not necessarily going to be one of those like full reviews because first of all, I know that at this point, if you haven't seen the movie or if you just want to hear some other people's thoughts about Avengers Endgame, you're not going to be coming to me for a review. You're going to be going to other outlets and people who do that regularly. So I'm just here to talk to you guys about it kind of casually in a conversational manner, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoy listening to me talk and you can have some discussions in the comments. And you know, this should be pretty quick because, well, the truth of the matter is it's kind of hard to talk about a movie like this without spoiling it, and I'm not going to spoil anything in this video because that will be for another video coming out. Well, I mean, I'm going to record it after this. But yeah, guys, Avengers Endgame, it is long. That's, first of all, you all know it. It's 3 hours and a couple minutes. There was, you know, people saying, make sure you're not having to go to the bathroom, you know, don't drink too much water or soda. The length doesn't feel overly long. Kind of like the same way Infinity War was like 2 hours and 40 minutes or so. It never felt like it dragged, although Infinity War, technically, while it was shorter, it did feel like it went by quicker. Like I almost was like, wow, like the movie's over already last year. And Endgame, I was probably towards the ending, I was thinking like, oh, I know I've been here for like 3 hours, but it didn't feel like boring at all. It didn't feel too slow, but at the same time, it is slower than Infinity War, and it's slower than a lot of the other Marvel movies because it's heavy on story and it's heavy on build up and getting to the, you know, the conclusion. So like I said, it's gonna be hard to talk about this movie without spoiling it, so I might have to be extremely vague about it and kind of just cover things in a really brief manner. So basically, as the trailers will show you, you'll see that you have the original Avengers coming together. You see Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Hawkeye, and Black Widow. You see Captain Marvel, Nebula, and Ant-Man, and Rocket. Yeah, so those characters, you know they're going to come together. Not going to talk about anything specific between them, but yeah, they're there, and it is really nice to see the original Avengers in action, and even not in action. What I mean by that is, you know, in talking and stuff, and the relationships that they have, and where they're at now, thanks to other movies, and just seeing characters like coming back together after some time is nice. And the characters are all, you know, written and acted just as well as you expect. This movie has a lot, like I said, about story-wise, and basically the goal is, of course, as you can tell, to reverse what Thanos did. Now, of course, I'm going to spoil Infinity War because at this point, I'm pretty sure you've seen it. If you haven't, I don't know what you're doing. Go watch it. It's real good. But basically, in Endgame, you know, they want to fix what was done. Thanos snapped, and 50% of all living species were gone. It starts off, you know, you see how they're feeling. It's mind-blowing, devastating. It's depressing that these characters who are living, probably having survivor's guilt and whatnot, are just thinking like, wow, we lost so much. What do we do? Basically, what happens is it's very interesting, and it's a really cool and exciting means of potentially trying to fix things and the challenges that will come with those ideas. And throughout the movie, they get challenged a lot by things, and you're never like bored. There's always a lot of tension and a lot of exciting things happening, keeping you interested. But the truth is, Avengers Endgame is for the fans in every way. It is for the people who have stuck with the movie since Iron Man. It's people who are hardcore about this. Those people who are going on opening night like I did and like so many of you did. It is a movie that if you were to go in as just a casual movie fan, someone who likes action, maybe you've seen a few Marvel movies, you might get a little bit of enjoyment out of some of the action, but really, you're gonna be lost because it's so hard to review this as a single film. In a way, Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame are sort of one 5.5 hour epic, if you will. If you're a fan like millions of us are, then Endgame is going to deliver for you in so many ways because there's a bunch of different Easter eggs and references. Some are extremely blatant. Some will get you extremely excited. I had my theater clapping. Like there was several times where the movie got a round of applause because of some good things that happened. And there are some really funny stuff that happened that call back to older films. And like I said, basically it kind of references the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe a lot. And the story really follows that, and this is truly a movie for the fans. I mean that in every way. And of course, I think you know that, seeing as it's like the 20-something film in this 11-year-old franchise that just keeps expanding. Endgame has one of the most awesome endings probably in the entire MCU as well. I had the chills so many times in this movie just at some great things that happened, and I really wish I could talk about them, but I have to be ambiguous and vague because, of course, like I said, this is a spoiler-free discussion. The ending is extremely impactful. A lot of big things will happen that are going to mean something, and I think that this movie hits you in all the best ways emotionally. Whether you're sad or you're laughing or you're going crazy with hype and just getting excited and jumping out of your seat, screaming or clapping, a lot of big things happen, but it definitely takes some time to kind of build up. And if you're the type of person who's expecting action to come hit you right away, you should probably temper those expectations a little bit because, like I said, it's got a bit of a slow build up, and it's not in a bad way. It's not boring at all. And if you're not interested in like heavy story and, following the characters, you might not be as entertained right away, but I think you'll get there. I thought that it was a fun movie, and it was also like a heavy movie on story and emotion. Really, the direction that they took with this movie was just following what happened. It was always going to be difficult because you had to find so many ways to bring all these characters together again and to make a meaningful, impactful story that makes sense. Whether or not things get solved, whether or not anyone dies or not, I'm not going to talk about, but let's just put it this way. Like I said a little bit earlier on, big things happen, and the ending has a lot of interesting payoffs, and I think that if basically the way I look at it is if you're a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, there's no reason why you wouldn't see this movie. But when I say ending, I don't mean like last 2 minutes. I don't really know how long it was, but there's a lot that I would consider to be kind of that in that third act and epilogue and stuff, and it's really impactful. The distance that the characters go in this movie, it really is something. And also, just as a side note, there's a lot of jokes, a lot of good humor. Really, really entertaining overall. Got a lot of good laughs out of it. Like I said, my theater was clapping a lot, and rightfully so. So, guys, that's it. Avengers Endgame is an amazing payoff for the franchise thus far. If you're a fan, you probably already saw it, but hopefully you guys were just checking this out just to kind of hear some other thoughts about it, just out of interest maybe. So Avengers Endgame, what do you guys think? If you saw it, well, please, I beg you, do not spoil it in the comments because some people don't get to see it opening weekend, and that would suck. So do not spoil anything in the comments. If I can get there, moderate it, and get rid of that comment, but otherwise, maybe you could just leave some spoiler-free comments. And also stay tuned because there will be a spoiler video. Might upload them around the same time, but I'm going to make sure you guys know which is which, differentiate them very clearly. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed listening to me talk very ambiguously and in a vague manner about Avengers Endgame and why I absolutely loved it and absolutely think it's one of the best films and truly a film for the fans in so many ways. And hopefully you guys will check the movie out and then go visit my spoiler discussion, and then we can talk down there. But like I said, don't spoil anything in the comments below, please. Alright, thank you guys for watching. See y'all in the next video.